time, yeah. All right, we're just getting into our last section here. Where are we at, Sam?
So currently we're in the last grouping of 4 races for Group B, or for Pool B. And once these races conclude, we'll figure out what the points are, and then we're going to go into the final.
Right, which would be super exciting. I have no idea. I know that we had the Maverick player come up with it. We had the Pontex player come up with it. The MCCS player came up quite a bit. Like I know in the different pools, but how did it measure out when you put them all together in one big giant pile?
Right, yeah, because
Should be interesting.
It's going to be those overall points.
That's
It's
all about
exactly.
points. It's like picking
exciting.
that 2-pin in bowling. If you miss that one pin, that one time might be a difference between a gold and a
Absolutely. When I was looking at the points from the Pool A, I didn't quite catch the names, but it looked like 2 people were neck and neck with like a difference of 2 points.
That's exciting.
So, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting final, and I understand we're going to have 9 players in the final, which is outstanding.
That'll be pretty cool.
So
That'll
it'll
be fun to
a pretty
watch.
Awesome race.
Absolutely.
The strategy that they'll be thinking about right now, talking to their coaches, getting things figured out.
Well,
you know,
they're
making sure
definitely
they're
going through what
hydrating
they
during
did
this
wrong
time.
and what they did different.
Oh,
100%
definitely.
they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point of the strategy behind this.
We've seen this one again, Excite Bike Arena.
So 4 races in the last
Bike
section here to see who's moving on and where their placements are going into the final.
And we have the same players here. We got Pontex, Maverick,
And East End.
East End.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Great starts.
Great
Yeah,
boost
tell
by
you,
East End.
That East End boost is always, they've just got that figured out to a T.
Keeping that banana as defensive, it's a good strategy. But East End's still in the lead. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Ooh, good drift boost.
Yeah, different routes.
Ooh,
Good stunt.
That was
overhead.
sneaky.
Yeah.
but goes that red shell. Yep.
And into first goes Pontex.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and stunty when he's in the air, getting that extra boost speed.
Exactly.
A little bit helps.
Wow.
Look at that. That was a
Now the point of
perfect
the
corner.
coin,
Sorry.
he's sitting there holding a coin. What's
So
happening there?
that's a power up that he can use whenever it adds 2 coins to his collection
Okay.
instantly. So it's convenient to use if you want to give yourself that permanent speed boost. But in terms of between these 2 items, you want to model that banana as a defensive means, and if you feel safe enough, then you can use that. And he's up to 10 coins.
There we go.
Which gives him a boost, right?
Exactly, and it's a permanent one. It's a slow, subtle, permanent boost.
Boy, just
as long as you can hold on
into
to
the
them.
wall there. That was
Good recovery.
dicey. Good recovery.
Man, hitting all those boosts one after the other.
Because the knowledge of the track.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
East End is not too far behind, trying to close that gap.
And Mavericks just
there
behind
left.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Struck by lightning.
Oof, that's rough.
And they're close, first and second again. They're in the mirror. You can see it.
Just one
They're
right
there,
in
they're
front. There you
top
go.
each other.
Oh, man,
I didn't
third.
see that.
Holy, yeah.
I did not see that.
I didn't see that coming either, Rob. I'll tell you. That was.
Oh, this is going to be close.
This
go to the
race
left.
is
It
just.
might come down to who can use items defensively the best.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be a blue
Ooh,
ball
hit
come
the
out.
banana, yeah.
Oops. Going to be a blue ball come out here pretty quick.
Here it comes.
Oh, this is going to be really close.
One more corner.
Who can handle this corner the best it's gonna make or break.
Oh, it's tight covered. Oh, we got 4 in the middle. Oh, my God, folks.
Oh,
There
that
we
was
go.
good.
What a
Unreal
race.
finish.
Holy.
That was
What
close.
a race.
Maverick, East End, and Pontex in that order, and then Maverick took up 5th.
Wow.
Jeez.
That was close.
Close. What a race.
There was twice where, like, someone comes out into
You know,
the
isn't it funny? They play the first 2 groups of races, and then they come back here, and it's like it's kind of that gradual getting better and better as the day goes
Yeah.
on, right? And
Yeah.
then, wow.
and how to
Those-
handle the pressure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, they know they're right behind them. They know they're close. And
Yeah.
Now we're
Yeah,
back
you
to
can see those moments when then they pause, they need that water break and
Yeah.
so on as well. Just
absolutely. Every sport's the same way. I agree.
Reflect.
exactly.
If you look at the whole world of esports in general, the athletes that do the esports are They looked at thousands of a second reaction time consistently. Their diets are like every elite athlete.
Yes.
So now this is Baby Park.
Here whatsoever in this,
It's tight.
as you saw in the last race.
Absolutely.
First to third in a heartbeat.
Yep.
There's
Good
that off the
boost on
bat
that.
boost.
That was a very good boost there, but
So this one is 7 laps, but because the track is so short, it's really, really
I
fast-paced.
haven't seen this track yet.
Yeah.
Sam.
It's that oval race, 7 laps. They finished the first set with this one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the only
in
one
Pool
that's
A,
7.
they did this. They did this track
and
once.
yeah, but it's exciting because it's just, like I said, it's like the Daytona 500s on the
Yeah,
Now,
gas.
there's a star. Is that somebody coming behind you, or what is that?
Yes, so the star is like an invincibility boost. So
Okay.
for a short period of time, that player gets to drive really fast, and then when they hit, it stuns them, and they're impervious to any items.
Gotcha.
This one can be a bit disorienting because
Yeah.
you'll lap someone, but you're not going from second to
Insane,
first or
yeah.
third to second. They're in 12th or something, and
just on the
Right,
lap.
right.
they're just on the track.
It's exciting though. Like there's so many
Tight back and
karts
Oh,
forth
yeah.
steady
here.
action.
Ooh, that
Whoa,
was
what
rough.
was that?
That was a bomb. So it creates an explosion in a area of effect.
Cut that one,
Okay.
lost momentum. Cut
Wow.
that corner, still
Yep.
tight.
So
Now this is
effect, Sam.
yes. We're on to
That's
our
fair.
final lap. Pontex is in second. Mavericks in first.
It's tight
Yeah.
again.
See if they can
see
maintain the
him ahead.
lead. The
Yeah.
green shell's creeping up. Ooh!
Oh,
Nailed,
look
and
at
there's a
that.
switch in the lead.
Oh,
Switch and lead. Look at that.
How
Pontex
are you on
takes
the second
first.
last
Yeah.
corner?
Wow. Wow.
That's an exciting.
Good job. Yep. That's what makes this track really exciting. It's
It
so
is.
fast-paced. Anything could change like that.
Yeah, it seems like 7 laps. That's going to be a
That
long
went
race.
Yeah,
but
it went fast.
that went by so fast. They're picking up those laps so quickly.
Yep. So these next 2 races, I don't believe we've seen just yet. So Wildwoods is
Yeah, I
Wildwoods,
haven't seen
yeah.
that one.
Yep.
And then donut planes. I don't know if we had any plain donuts out there, did we?
There were none. There was one that was an old fashioned, but I don't think it was plain, like the
Okay,
chocolate one.
yeah.
I like those chocolate ones though.
But donut planes, it'll
Yeah.
donut planes 3. That'll be one of the
That'd
tracks
be
here.
interesting place to live. Donut Plains.
Yeah.
The points are really close. Looks like Pontex with 25, Maverick with 27, and the East End with 22. Maverick player
Here we go.
at 14. This one is very disorienting.
Very tense and turns.
I
Right?
can imagine. Have you seen this track before, Sam?
We have. Our East End
Yeah.
players have practiced on this one quite a bit.
Yeah, we were talking
Okay.
about it before, just because you're turning and twisting.
Yep.
It's be a good one to. Wow, and then
Have
you're
our-
leaning and
To have our magic
Exactly,
chairs.
Yep.
yeah, this is one that would be.
He's going for that drift boost,
Got it.
going to the paragliding.
Got it.
I'm not
Is
too
there any
familiar.
shortcuts here or anything,
That's
Sam?
the thing. I'm not too familiar with any shortcuts. Now, in this part, if you follow the stream, it gives you a small speed boost as you're driving in it.
Okay. So that stream helps you out, actually.
It does, exactly. And he's holding on to that red shells defensively. That was a good strategy. Maverick's right behind him.
He's got his 10 coins built up, too, you can tell, hey?
Yeah.
Yep.
Smooth corners and still not able to shake second
No, is this a
place.
shortcut, Sam?
Nope, there are just,
Just
two
two
different
different ways
pathways.
of
They're pretty
going.
well identical. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, there's that dreaded blue shell.
Yes.
There comes
Oh, it hit me and that
And Maverick
hurt.
overtakes.
And
him.
Maverick goes, yeah.
Second lap, though. Second lap, halfway through
Still
the race.
lots of time.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, lots of time. Able to use.
So the blue shell pops up for people further in the back of the race.
Okay.
And it's when you collect the items, the further back you are, the stronger the items are.
Is there ever a strategy, Sam, that would say, okay, I'm going to put myself at the back so I can get a blue shell and carry it along with me and then pick up
At the
your-
end.
I've heard of it, but I've never tried it myself, so I can't
Okay.
say if it's a good strategy or not.
That's a decent
Fair
plan,
enough.
especially, because if you can get up there.
And there was that POW block.
Wow.
Collecting those coins again. It's neck and neck between Maverick and Pontex. But East End
It
isn't too
is
far
tight.
behind.
Wow. It is another one of these close races, and here we are. And using the strain
Thunder
like you
lightning?
said, but then
Exactly.
clipped with a little lightning. Got to stay away from the water.
In the
if you don't wanna
water,
get
yeah,
hit
that's
by
right.
Lightning, I guess.
It's Got his protection there.
Got a
haven't
little protection with that banana peel.
Good defense, and he's coming up.
Oh, there you
and
go.
then there
That was
that
great
first-
defense.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
that-
down the finish line.
Oh,
what's going to happen?
what's going to happen here?
Oh,
there's
there's
Maverick.
Maverick.
Oh, no.
Oh, what a finish! What a
That
finish!
was-
Holy!
That was so close.
That was so
Holy
close.
smokes,
That was,
that
you know,
was-
I'll tell you, strategy-wise.
Yeah, it's strategic play.
That was
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
that was mere meters
Yeah.
from the finish line
Yep.
when that got launched. And what a play by
We
that,
kind of see it. We could see it coming, right? We
by
couldn't
that
really.
Maverick
Just,
player. Holy smokes!
that was some exciting
Yeah,
stuff.
that was great.
Yeah, that was all right. A little exciting, whatever. It was good. So cool.
The strategy, though, hey, the strategy that somebody
Just to know when to do it. You were
maintained.
talking
Yes,
about
yeah,
that, like
it's
having the
just-
different tools to use at the right time.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Now we're down to our fourth race, and then
This is the fourth and final
then a bit
race.
of a break, right? Then we have
Then
our
we're
break
gonna
and come
have
back
some
this
lunch
afternoon with.
and
The Mario Kart final, I believe.
Yeah.
That or Rocket League.
Or-
We will confirm.
We'll figure that out later. We'll let you know. Hey, Jordan, are we going with the Rocket League and then the final at the end, or are we doing the Mario Kart? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do Rocket League this afternoon, come back with both finals in our third sequence today. Stay tuned. We got lots coming up from Esports here.
Absolutely.
yeah,
At
here in
Creek
Maple
Conference
Creek,
School.
beautiful Maple Creek, Saskatchewan.
All right, and they're off. This is another track from the SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes, I had one of those. Still do probably in storage somewhere.
Well, this one has a little water to it too.
It does, yep. Something that surprised me about some of these old Nintendo systems, if you still have them and they're in good working order, they sell for quite a lot of money.
Is that right?
Yeah, I have
Yep.
a 64 that's in really good shape too, and there I got all the controllers that are pretty good. And
Yep,
you should go. I look at some of the pawn shops, and I'm going to keep it just for the sake of keeping it.
exactly.
Yeah, just fun.
There was one I saw listed on eBay for $400.
Yeah. Donkey Kong, I never got through the last step. I still haven't Donkey Kong 64. Still haven't got to the last part. One of these days.
I'm going to really date myself, Rob. You'll remember this one. One of my very first gaming console was in television.
Oh, absolutely. Bomber B-52 Bomber, because it had audio. It was a big thing.
Yeah, it was. It was quite exciting.
Yeah.
There comes
We'd go back and forth when we were kids a
The
little bit.
Atari's terrible for me because I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay.
And
it wasn't
people didn't
neat.
think about that. Like,
You
buttons on
know,
the wrong side.
it's really
game
there was
systems.
a lot of that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
They
You know,
changed
back in
quite a
that
bit,
Day,
yeah.
I mean, you
Made
know,
it for the norm. If it didn't fit the norm, then you didn't play.
and then understanding by design ended up coming in, and then we started realizing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the cockpits in airplanes. You know, when they were first built, they said there was no way they were going to be able to have somebody who was 6'3" or
Right.
whatever
right.
be in a cockpit.
Yes.
Times have
and,
changed.
and they said, no way you can do that.
Yep.
You need to. So they ended up
Yep.
universal design.
And that's a victory
Theory
for
came in.
Pontex.
There we go.
Just before the blue show.
That's where it's important in terms of now, I suppose,
Where they seat out.
the seating.
Exactly. We're going to see exactly how the points rack up, and we'll see who.
So this is your victory lap here.
Waving at the crowd.
Waving
Yep.
at the crowd. doing
Go
a
ahead, wave
victory
away.
lap. I guess so.
Still
Yeah.
picking up coins. There we go.
All right.
Let's see.
How are the points going to rack up? And
Oh,
Pontex
by one
by
point.
one
Oh my
point.
goodness.
Holy, that's
All right.
Super
amazing.
awesome.
That was great. That was some great racing, and we'll see how the final points tally up.
That is super
That is,
exciting.
that is exciting. Wow. That is very exciting. And tight in the other
Yeah.
bunching as well.
So we'll be right back after a little bit of a lunch break and back with Rocket League and then our finals after that. So you guys, thank you for tuning in
Yep,
here.
stay
MCCS
tuned.
Streamer bringing you live sports to you.